Welcome to the Jira Life, the place to find news, events, and interviews with the Atlassian Community's movers and shakers. Join our host, Rodney, the Jira Guy Nissen, as well as the Jira Amigos in the Peanut Gallery, as we sit down and discuss the latest going on in the Atlassian ecosystem. Because we didn't choose the Jira Life chose us. Thank you to Revise for backing us up and helping us cover Team 25.
unmuting the channel so the audio's coming in. Let me know if you guys can hear stuff now. Again, let me know if I need to test the level certain things.
Meet Atlassian logo.
So yeah, kudos on the system of work. I think the market needs it.
Zach Woods was asked to be in an ad for Jira project management software.
And that's going to take a lot of organization.
Let's hear it for Atlassian Williams Racing. Please welcome Atlassian CEO and co-founder Mike Cannon-Brookes.
Welcome to Anaheim and welcome to Team 25. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you could be here, in person or online. In the next few weeks, millions of Atlassian users in more than 200 countries and territories will be watching this keynote. And we're grateful that their teams around the world trust our technology to run with their ideas, projects, goals, services, and so much more. And we celebrate teamwork every day because we know very well that this guy did not build the Mac all by himself. He was doing it with a great team, collaborating tightly to make the impossible possible. And our mission is to help unleash the potential of every team. We're bringing you the latest and greatest technology to help your team forge ahead. And last year was a great year of innovation. Now we see most of our successful customers doing exactly this, and they're crushing it.
Full screen.
Air France KLM has connected its teams on the Atlassian cloud and gained back up to 2,500 hours each day. Rivian has achieved 36% annual cost savings by consolidating all their collaboration on the Atlassian cloud.
I'm having to pipe audio through.
And here in California, the Department of Healthcare Services has started delivering projects up to 3 times faster with the teams that work on the Atlassian cloud. And that's why Atlassian's system of work has been resonating for technology-driven companies. It's a philosophy that emphasizes connecting business teams to technical teams to maximize their collective impact. And it has a few key principles. Firstly, that successful teams align their work to goals so that all teams work on the right things and only the right things. Secondly, they plan and track work cohesively across their whole organization with seamless paths to collaboration. Thirdly, great organizations unleash their collective knowledge by breaking down silos and surfacing the right context when it's needed. And lastly, our system of work for modern teams advocates that they make AI part of their team by bringing AI teammates into their workflows. But how do you do that? How do you adopt the system of work? Well, the first step is upgrading to the cloud. By far, the majority of our customers are already unleashing their teamwork on the Atlassian cloud, and they rave about what a game changer it is. Like United Airlines, who upgraded tens of thousands of users from data center to the cloud and would not consider anything else for their modern workforce. Why? Because going to the cloud is not merely a lift and shift exercise. It's like a giant leap from 2015 to 2025, a modern architecture that aligns to our modern system of work principles. Let me explain. If you're one of our data center customers, you may be happily using Jira as a standalone product. You have your data within the walls of Jira, along with capabilities like home, search, teams, and admin. You may also have more data within the walls of Confluence and a separate home experience, different search engine, and team directory. Same thing for Jira Service Management. The problem is, as you move from one product to another, your data can't move with you. Your work and data are stuck in those product silos. And key experiences like accessing teams and searching for information also operate in those silos. In the cloud, though, we've completely rebuilt all the products you know as a series of interconnected apps, powered by the one Atlassian cloud platform. Your data is no longer locked in those product silos, it's in the Teamwork Graph, our intelligent data store. That means your data is shared across all apps, and capabilities like AI and search, automation and analytics operate across all your data, not just a small part of it. You also get way more apps in the cloud, and they're neatly organized by the teams they serve and the value they provide. For example, Jira, Confluence, and Loom form the basis of organizational collaboration and event for all teams, where our specialized apps are for specialized teams. And finally, you also get shared platform apps that are consistent across the portfolio.
As Jira, but for
they provide fundamental views into your system of work. You no longer have siloed home experiences. There's a singular home app, and it knows everything that's going on with your first and third-party apps. Now, all these superpowers come with upgrading to the Atlassian cloud. But the superpower you'll be most excited to unlock is Rovo. Rovo has been available for 6 months now to bring world-class AI-powered enterprise search, chat, and agents to our customers. It's critical to our goal to make AI part of your team, so you can stay competitive in your industry. And that's why we've put Rovo at the very center of our portfolio, to complement our apps with AI agents that can drive each of your team's pace of execution to the next level. In the next 60 minutes, we'll take you through the experience of working with apps and agents in the Atlassian system of work. I'm going to start with the Atlassian Cloud Platform and move on to cover some exciting announcements across our core teamwork apps of Jira, Confluence, and Loom. Anu will join to talk about our specialized apps and agents for software, IT, product, and leadership teams. And finally, Brian Duffy, our Chief Revenue Officer, will be on stage with Domino's Chief Technology Officer to talk through how Domino's delivers outstanding results for pizza lovers using the Atlassian cloud platform. It's going to be an incredibly fun morning. Let's start by diving into some of the latest and greatest of our platform innovations. Now, using this workplace building as an illustration to bring the 3 layers of our platform to life. Our enterprise-grade infrastructure is like the foundation that your building sits upon. In the past year, we've shipped 49 cloud infrastructure improvements, a new record. We've tripled the number of users supported on a single Confluence site. We'll soon double the number of users supported on a single Jira site, all while improving the speed across key experiences at scale by up to 55%. We've also expanded data residency to cover 6 new apps, and we've made major strides in our compliance roadmap. We've achieved ISO 27001 and SOC 2 compliance for Rovo and AI, IRAP protected assessment, and recently achieved FedRAMP moderate authorization for our government customers. All right. For those government customers, especially those excited in the back corner there, we have more big news on how we're unlocking the cloud. Now, we want to enable every one of you, no matter how big, how regulated, or how complex, to make the upgrade. Before, you had 2 choices, data center and commercial cloud. Today, I'm excited to announce that you won't have just 1 deployment option in the cloud, but 3. Let me introduce you to Atlassian Government Cloud and Atlassian Isolated Cloud. Atlassian Government Cloud is built for US government customers and their partners. It now meets FedRAMP moderate requirements and operates in a separate cloud environment to keep government data secure. Where Atlassian Isolated Cloud is a single-tenant cloud option with isolated compute, storage, and networking, built for customers who need another layer of protection through dedicated infrastructure. And importantly, both will get all of the innovation in the Atlassian Commercial Cloud. Now, we already have some of you adopting the Government Cloud in our early access program, and we hope to see many more of you. And our Isolated Cloud is coming in 2026. If you're interested in finding out more, we're already hard at work on it, stop by the booth this week and join the existing customers that are in our Design Partner Program. We can't wait to have all of you on the Atlassian Cloud that's right for you. Now, on any of those 3 clouds, you get amazing value, which takes us to our next layer. The Teamwork Graph, our intelligent data store. Think of this as the electricity that powers up the entire building, lighting up curated, data-driven experiences everywhere. And the Teamwork Graph underpins all our apps and agents and really sets our platform apart. But how does it work in practice? Well, it connects all the work objects like your teams, your messages, goals, or meetings across Atlassian and third-party apps. Unlike other knowledge graphs that only aggregate the data, the Teamwork Graph knows these objects, their types, and how they are related, connecting what you do to who you are, how you do it, and what's important to you. Fundamentally, this all translates into customized experiences across your apps, like our brilliant enterprise search results that are tailored just for you. Your Teamwork Graph is also growing and getting smarter every day, based on the natural interactions that happen as part of your regular work. Every new Loom video you record for your team, every new Figma diagram that you link in a Jira description, every idea you add to a Confluence whiteboard, or every Slack message you send to a colleague. In fact, our Atlassian Teamwork Graph now has over 10 billion objects and now more than 40 billion connections. And that number of connections has nearly tripled in the past year. That makes the graph denser and more accurate, which brings you fundamentally more intelligent and more curated experiences. You'll see the Teamwork Graph come to life every day through amazing experiences in all our apps, which takes us to our 3rd layer, our platform apps. Just like how your phone comes pre-installed with a number of useful apps, every Atlassian cloud site will now come preloaded with our platform apps. Let me show you 2 of these apps, which are essential ingredients to your system of work, starting with the Home app. Now, like many of you, my work requires a lot of context switching Just last week, I was working with marketing teams on this presentation, prepping our next earnings call with our exec team, and discussing projects with the Atlassian Williams racing team. There are so many transition points between Atlassian and third-party apps, which is why I turned to the Home app, where it all comes together for me. The Home app is a centralized place to easily navigate across your entire system of work. It includes a frequently visited section of your go-to places, for example, Loom or Microsoft Teams, as well as curated recommendations now on what to tackle next, such as reviewing Confluence comments, watching a campaign walkthrough in Loom, or reviewing a strategy brief in Google Docs. That's the power of the Teamwork Graph in action. You always get a home experience that's customized just for you. Whether you're a marketing manager, a help desk support agent, or a developer. Starting today, the new Home app is available to all teams in the Atlassian cloud. Now, to help those teams get aligned and prioritize the right thing, the Goals app is also generally available and serves as a single truth of how work connects to outcomes. All teams now have access to the Goals directory, where you can see all the goals you own or follow. You can create custom views, drill down into specific goals to see contributing work and progress. The Goals app is designed to help you stay focused on the right things and spot risks before it's too late. Now, they're just two examples of our platform apps, and you'll hear about many more platform apps throughout the week. To make working across apps more seamless, we have made massive investments in modern, consistent user experiences and design, like our updated color system that's now available in light and dark themes everywhere, our new typography system and custom handmade fonts that make it easier to read and create content consistently across all operating systems. Hundreds and hundreds of new handcrafted icons to improve wayfinding and familiarity. We've made almost 6,000 accessibility-related improvements in the last 9 months alone, and we've also updated a number of shared experiences across our apps, an updated app switcher, our new header, global navigation, and universal create. This means that creating a goal from Home or a page from Confluence starts from the same place and same experience in every app. All right. Now, every app benefits from our amazing shared platform. And it's this platform that enables you to welcome Rovo to your team. Since launching Rovo 6 months ago, we're now seeing more than 1 million users of our AI features every month. And we're continuing to innovate. We've grown the number of out-of-the-box agents, and we've re-architected Rovo into 3 discrete apps: our world-class enterprise search app, our chat app, and our newest app, Studio, which will give you one place to build low-code, no-code capabilities from agents to automations. I want to start with the first of those Rovo-powered apps, the search app. Now, we already power one of the most widely used enterprise search engines across more than 300,000 organizations. Over the past year, our team of world-renowned search experts has consistently delivered enhancements week over week, like expanding from 8 data connectors to now more than 50. Each connector bringing even more data into your Teamwork Graph and adding your knowledge. So a more intelligent search app that is informed by data across your apps. We continue to build more data connectors and have added 2 in particular that I think you might be excited about. Our data center connectors for Confluence and Jira. Confluence is available today, and Jira is coming very soon, so you can access all of your historical data in one place and one search app. And it's not just connectors we're investing in. We've made huge improvements in relevance, ranking, and quality every single week. Users are now 60% more successful with our search app than the leading open source equivalent. To bring these improvements to life, let's use our favorite fictitious demo company, VitaFleet, a healthcare logistics company that specializes in the global distribution of medical supplies. The team's working on a new initiative codenamed Orion. A new product manager has been tapped to lead the initiative. To get up to speed, she heads to the search app and types in Orion Initiative. You'll see she gets results spanning all of her Atlassian and third-party apps that are tailored to her, a 2-year strategy in Confluence, performance dashboards in Amplitude, and goals and related teammates, all in one app across her entire world. The Search app also provides a knowledge card at the top that summarizes what the initiative is, who's involved, and key documents to get up to speed. Our users find what they're looking for significantly faster in our measurements when we show you an AI-generated knowledge card. She can also filter the 3.7 million results that she gets by app, type, contributor, and more. But let's say she wants to pull up a page on pricing that her teammate worked on recently for the Orion initiative. Now, all she has to do is type a familiar @ mention for Jenna, type in pricing options, and Rovo finds what she's looking for instantly. Using our semantic search, Rovo was able to pull up the exact pricing document in Google Drive that Jenna recently commented on, across all the related documents from all of her apps. And rather than reading the entire document, she can read a summary right there on the results page, saving her lots of time, and she can choose whether to dig in further. And with every new link you add to your Atlassian apps, you're making your search app smarter, because smart links are automatically pulled into the teamwork graph. So the instant a designer drops a Figma link into Confluence, a product manager searching for design assets can see it as a search result, meaning new information linked across your apps now starts showing up in the search app right away. And because search, of course, always respects the permissions of all source content, the product manager only ever sees content that she has access to. Now, while the search app surfaces the information you need, sometimes you need to take it further, to take action or dive deeper. And that's where the chat app comes in. Now, the chat app isn't just a chatbot. It can take action, like kicking off your next campaign, composing an email, or setting up a meeting. Or even helping you get your head around big decisions. Let's see how the chat app can help Vitafleet's product manager who needs to understand potential risks and packaging decisions for that Orion launch. All she has to do is ask the chat app to summarize the top risks for the launch and propose backup plans for each. The chat app will give her a structured summary of each risk that links to relevant information from sources like Google Slides or Loom or Confluence whiteboards. To share these risks with her team, the chat app can take action. Here, creating a summary page in Confluence that will serve as a great pre-read for the team ahead of tomorrow's meeting. But sometimes you need to go deeper on a certain topic so you can get all the information you need to make a great decision. What if there was someone on your team with the bandwidth and the time and research skills to do just that? Let me introduce you to your new favorite research buddy, Deep Research, our newest addition to the chat app. Now, you can tackle your most challenging research questions in minutes by analyzing your teamwork graph and your organization's history. And it's pretty awesome. Deep Research is the perfect tool to help that product manager assess one of the risks she found, which packaging to choose. Now, she can select Deep Research in the chat app and type up her prompt. We want to evaluate the packaging options for Medkit delivery, create an official report drawing on all past experience and internal insights. Recommend the best approach. The chat app will get to work, building a research plan, scouring all the relevant organizational knowledge, like Confluence pages, Slack Teams conversations, as well as data from across all of Vitafleet's apps. Here, 45 different sources. And in a few minutes, the chat app finishes the analysis and comes back with a research report. In this case, it seems to be recommending biodegradable materials. Again, it's easy to share this research with your team. With a simple click, she can save the analysis report as a Confluence page. This captures a summary of all the packaging and the research, which can, of course, be further collaborated on by the team. Thank you. Now, whether you're tackling questions around packaging or product strategy, we're super excited about how Deep Research can help your team solve those complex problems and make really well-researched decisions faster. Deep Research is just one of the many improvements to our search and chat apps. In addition to all the innovation we've already covered, Rovo is more accessible. We're using third-party apps with a new browser extension, and support for Rovo is already in a Confluence mobile app via text and coming very soon on voice. All right, some voice fans. Now, there really is no limit to what's possible when you and your teams start using Rovo at scale. Today, you get all that value for just $20 a person a month, which is a pretty great deal, especially compared to what else is on the market. But I think we can do better. Now, I'm going to bet there's a few Jira fans in the audience today. What if you no longer had to pay for Rovo? That's right. Rovo is now included in every Jira subscription. What does that mean? No more context switching. Search for everything you need across all your apps without ever leaving Jira. Confluence users, how about you? Yep. Well, you're not paying for Rovo either. Get ready to pull up the chat app to help with your next brainstorm or research project.
Asking real
and Jira Service Management users, well, you probably know what I'm going to say. You always have an agent nearby.
What about Trello? You got a point. What about Trello?
To help you draft your next post-incident report. Starting today, all of Rovo, Search, Chat, Studio, and all the out-of-the-box agents will be included in paid plans for the majority of Atlassian apps. That's right, your favorite Atlassian apps are getting a pretty major upgrade. But what about everyone else in your organization who might not be using Atlassian yet? Don't worry, they also get Rovo at an even better price. Rovo will now be available to the rest of your teams for just $5 per user per month. So get ready for Rovo. We're starting to roll it out this week with our premium and enterprise customers, and it'll come to standard plans right after that. And if that wasn't the best part, as you probably know, Rovo has a lot more to offer than just search and chat. It has tons of out-of-the-box agents, which you'll see a lot of throughout the rest of this presentation and the rest of this week. Now, we think of Rovo agents as your trusted AI teammates with specialized knowledge and the ability to take action alongside you, like brainstorming on a whiteboard, organizing your backlog, polishing up communication, and even helping to resolve support tickets. And even before AI agents entered the scene, Atlassian has always been a home for builders, like the 21,000 developers who engage in our monthly developer community, or those of you awesome folk who joined us at Atlas Camp this past year. We're excited that we're making it even easier for builders to build agents and a whole lot more by giving you one place to create anything you need, the Studio app, which is our new Rovo app for builders. In Studio, you can build custom agents alongside automations, modeling real-world objects with assets, curate interactive content hubs, or use Forge to create custom skills or entire applications.
Between comments, so it doesn't.
With one centralized place to build, you can combine all of these together to truly extend your Atlassian experience. Now, we're going to build a little something together with our Vitafleet product manager. She's been pretty busy recording tons of customer interviews in Loom, and she spends time after each meeting to publish a recap to Google Docs, send a Slack update to her team, log activity in HubSpot for the sales team, and capture feature requests in Jira Product Discovery. Of course, she's a great product manager, so the volume of those customer interviews is starting to pick up, so she needs to scale this process. To help her out, the product manager can call on the feedback decoder, an agent she has created to analyze those customer interview transcripts. Now it's already connected to various knowledge sources from the Teamwork Graph, like a Loom folder of customer meetings and a PowerPoint of the latest competitive analysis. Now, she can assign it actions, like the ability to send a Slack message or log activity in HubSpot, which reduces the time to share it out to her various teams. What she wants to do is automate this across all her customer interviews. She does that by simply describing what she needs using natural language to set up an automation rule. and boom.
Yeah, Oliver.
The automation will now invoke the feedback decoder every time a Loom video is added,
Rovo can
saving her
connect to
even more
Confluence
time.
DC, and soon it'll connect to Jira DC.
But what if she wants to add another agent to the mix? She has a team of agents. She can call on the Idea Incubator, an agent we have that uses AI to extract customer requests from her transcripts to turn into ideas in Jira Product Discovery. To do this, she adds a branch to that automation and brings in the Idea Incubator agent, allowing these two agents to work together to achieve even more. Okay, that's pretty quick, and there's a lot going on, so why don't we just bring it together and show you the output? Simply put, as soon as a customer interview is finished and saved in Loom and recorded, insights will automatically be extracted by AI and captured into a Google Doc. Her product team gets notified on Slack, and her sales team is kept up to date on what they need to know in HubSpot about that particular customer. And finally, the feature ideas are extracted from her meeting transcripts and captured in Jira Product Discovery for the team to put on their roadmap. Now, all of this happens automatically after every Loom recording. Two agents, an AI working in the background, one automation rule, all created in the one Studio app. That's just one example of the power that Studio is capable of. Imagine what else is possible, not just in Studio, but when you scale the power of Rovo across the millions of users who will soon get the search, chat, and Studio apps included, plus all of these agents. Welcome to the new era of Rovo for everyone.
Not really. The cost has always been a barrier.
I can't wait to see what you and your teams can do with Rovo. With that, let's build on the power of our platform and talk about the apps and agents that are unleashing the potential of teams around the world. Starting with Jira, Confluence, and Loom. We think of them as the core teamwork apps for all teams. Why are they so core, so critical? Because teams around the world are overwhelmed. They're not clear in their goals, they lack context and visibility across teams, and they're often experiencing meeting overload. When they work this way, they're simply not very productive. Now, many of you already use Jira and Confluence every day to address these challenges. In fact, over 60% of Jira users already use Confluence to plan and track work while they collaborate from idea to execution. And we're seeing new teams like marketing, HR, and program management onboarding into Jira and Confluence so they can collaborate better with their product, dev, and IT team colleagues. We're obviously investing a lot to make all of these new teams successful. For example, we realized that teams need better ways to communicate their ideas without having to schedule a meeting at every turn. That's why in the past year, we've tightly integrated Loom with Jira and Confluence, making it easier than ever to share video content asynchronously to give you the extra context behind your work without losing the human touch. Now, Jira, Confluence, and Loom together are the glue that keep teams on the same page. Within the Atlassian system of work, they are the common language of teamwork for all teams. Now, as one of our customers said at Atlassian, we're always relentlessly innovating to improve our existing apps. You know this. You can learn about all that innovation in our breakout sessions today. But let me just race through a very quick teaser of the top 5 innovations we're delivering across each of Jira, Confluence, and Loom. Let's go starting with Jira. So we've reimagined the list view, which now gives you more of a spreadsheet-like experience we know that program managers are going to love, while reimagining the work item view to keep the most important details front and center, with threaded comments to keep the conversation flowing.
Sorry, it's
You can now label work items whatever you want. They aren't just issues anymore.
Spreadsheet-like view, they want.
And we've launched public intake forms for teams to accept work requests from anyone, including external partners, without them needing a Jira license. And now custom project templates allow admins to scale their best practices by saving project configurations as a template. Personally, I think this one will be a game changer for new teams looking to get up and running as fast as possible on Jira with predictable processes. Now, Confluence is on a similar trajectory to become the collaborative workspace for all types of teams. We've shipped a ton of improvements over the last 12 months, designed to make the Confluence experience more delightful, like being able to see the presence of collaborators in real time, whether they're viewing or editing, a new consolidated view of all comments, and the ability to change your block layouts simply by dragging and dropping. We've introduced many new collaborative content types, like interactive whiteboards for brainstorming, and databases for working with structured ideas embedded right into Confluence pages. This week, we're introducing new context-sensitive AI actions based on what you are doing. Great for summarizing long pages or improving your writing. And one of the things I'm most excited to share today is the beta launch of Live Docs in Confluence. Sitting alongside published pages, Live Docs enables real-time collaboration without the need to publish. Of course, all right, some Live Docs fans. Many use cases demand version control, so you've got a choice between Live Docs and pages. And finally, let's talk about Loom. Loom is now the fastest growing product at scale at Atlassian. Why? Because many teams are stuck in long, unproductive meetings or long email threads. Loom helps teams get unstuck by giving them the perfect human way to communicate and get feedback. Last year alone, our customers replaced the need for 200 million meetings worldwide by sending a quick Loom instead of scheduling a meeting. Frees up a lot of time for higher impact work. Now, over the last year, we've invested heavily in making Loom an integral part of the Atlassian portfolio. We've integrated recording with a standard button across Jira and Confluence, so it's easy to share fast visual feedback and communicate important information. When you make a mistake recording a Loom, no big deal. Editing is as easily as flipping a toggle or simply deleting words from the transcript. You can now also turn a Loom video into a complete bug report in Jira, where AI fills out the fields using the video transcript, so the team can reproduce bugs and fix bugs faster. And you can turn a Loom video into a Confluence page for lightning-fast, crystal-clear documentation, including screenshots, without writing a thing. And of course, all your Loom videos can now be found easily without switching apps, thanks to Loom and RoboSearch. Okay, so we made it to the checkered flag of our ridiculously quick innovation race. I hope you enjoyed the speed run. Again, you can learn more about each innovation in the relevant breakout sessions. To repeat, we believe that Jira, Confluence, and Loom will establish a common language for teamwork across your organization. I'm super excited today to announce that we're bringing these three apps and Rovo Teamwork agents into a single offering called the Atlassian Teamwork Collection. Thank you. Generally available today and starting from just $15 a user, the Teamwork Collection is Atlassian's core collaboration stack, helping technology and business teams work seamlessly together. If you need to, you can, of course, still buy and use all the apps standalone. You have that choice, but we think you're going to love Teamwork Collection for growing collaboration across your organization. Because Teamwork Collection turns human AI collaboration into business impact. Like at Udemy, where they're saving more than 2,400 hours per year just by eliminating redundant meetings. Their technical program manager told us when you need something in most companies, you email, you make a phone call, or you send 1,800 Slack messages. But here, all that is gone. It's all done through Atlassian. The Teamwork Collection is a big step in moving to the Atlassian system of work because it directly delivers the system of work principles in your day-to-day, aligning work to goals, planning and tracking work together, unleashing your collective knowledge and making an AI an integral part of the team. Now, I quickly showed you 15 features we've added to each individual app. But what I want to show you is 3 incredible demos that bring these principles to life across all our apps. Now, in this example, our VitaFleet marketing, dev, and design teams are all involved in planning a launch. So they come together in Jira plans. They've organized the plan to be grouped by teams. That way they can see the dependencies and timelines across all their teams and all their projects. The team members can also see how their work maps directly to goals and company focus areas. In the Atlassian system of work, goals are pervasive. They're not only in the Goals app, they're also accessible within other apps like Jira. If you're curious to know why our goal's off track, you can find out right there in Jira by just clicking on it. Luckily, in this case, the product manager shared a Loom explaining the latest status. So let's see what they have to say.
After a close review of this OKR, it looks like we're tracking at a 0.3. Marketing, I'd love to see a mitigation plan as soon as possible. Thank you.
Oof, 0.3. We've all been there. Putting together that mitigation plan may sound like a daunting task, but luckily, the team has an agent to help. You can simply ask Rovo in the chat app to listen to the Loom and recommend marketing activities to get the goal back on track. Within seconds, there are new work items to review that can be added to the Jira plan, taking action from chat with the click of a button. Now, take a look under the hood to understand what we just did. You just saw the amazing power of the teamwork graph and all our apps in action together. Plans in Jira connected 3 different teams in a single view, showed their work items by team, mapped their work to shared goals to drive cross-functional alignment, and also mapped to company-wide focus areas for their leaders. We brought in a Loom video to save the team from hours of painful status update meetings, and we used Rovo and AI to suggest work items from the Loom video. And we never left the Jira plan view. One screen. That's the power of the Teamwork Collection, the Atlassian platform, and our amazing apps and agents. Another example. Here we're going to start in a Google Calendar. Now, the VitaFleet team has tons of meetings. Many of them contain important information, and that's why the team now connects Loom AI to their calendars to record their meetings. When it's time to meet, Loom AI joins their Zoom calls alongside the other participants. It records the meeting, and once the meeting is over, it brings all this information into your team's Confluence space. The recap page is populated with a summary, including timestamped action items, all the links shared in the meeting, which are now part of the Teamwork Graph, and a full meeting recording, all shared with the participants of the meeting. Now, a little more Teamwork Collection magic. You can quickly use Rovo to turn those action items from our meeting into Jira work items using AI. Now, everyone is clear on the action items next step with AI doing some of the grunt work. Now, what happens if someone missed the meeting? Well, they don't need to miss out on the important information that was shared. The Insights agent can catch them up on progress and meeting decisions inside the chat app. The agent will synthesize information from across the Teamwork Collection apps and the Teamwork Graph, including that meeting recording, all in one helpful
Friday at
summary.
8 o'clock. I'm not watching it till Monday.
We're just getting started with Loom AI for meetings. What I showed you works in Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet video calls. So Loom not only now reduces unnecessary meetings, but converts effective meetings into knowledge that can be leveraged by the rest of the Teamwork Collection. Quick recap, we connected Loom to our calendar and joined our Zoom meeting. We recorded the video meeting with Loom AI, and that automatically created a Confluence page with timestamped action items, which Rovo helped us convert into work items in Jira and used AI to assign them to relevant teammates. While for the people who missed the meeting, they can use Rovo to catch up on all of this. Now, again, the magic of the Teamwork Collection, tapping into your organization's knowledge in the Teamwork Graph. And one last Teamwork Collection demo. This one showing the power of human-AI collaboration in an iterative way, back and forth. And it's pretty cool. Let's start with a Vitafleet marketing manager who starts her day in the Home app. She jumps into work on a marketing campaign plan because she just found out her budget has been cut. Undaunted, she decides to brainstorm some ideas on what she can do to adapt. Luckily, she's not alone. She calls on a new Rovo agent, the brainstorm facilitator, for help to revise the plan given her reduction in budget. The agent will tap into the teamwork graph, scan her knowledge across all Atlassian apps and third-party sources, create a new whiteboard, and the agent begins brainstorming on some cost-effective alternatives given all of that knowledge. It'll even give her a series of pros and cons. These recommendations are informed by campaign plans in Confluence and Google Drive, meeting recordings in Loom, a budget in Google Sheets, and any other sources of knowledge from the teamwork graph. Now, the Rovo agent has done its part. It's time for the human teammates to jump in. Now, of course, the team collaborates in real time on the whiteboard, reviewing the options the agents produced. They can add stickies, stickers, comment and vote on ideas, and ultimately drive alignment on the best path forward. In this case, let's say an email nurture campaign.
Yeah, how are you supposed to tell?
This is an awesome example of human and AI collaboration to achieve their best, what we strive to achieve in the teamwork graph. If that's not amazing enough, let's add a little bit more. In this case, the team gets a suggestion from Rovo to visually plot out the new email campaign flow. After choosing the suggestion, a different agent, the diagram creator, steps in and plots out the email campaign flow visually with audience recommendations from the teamwork graph for each email. Of course, our human marketer jumps in and edits the AI output. It's all about that human AI teamwork, and she's ready to share it with her stakeholders. How does she do that? She schedule a meeting? No, she can simply record a Loom directly on the Confluence whiteboard. She clicks the standard record button, talks through the plan of action, and when she's done, inserts the Loom video to embed it directly into the same whiteboard to share it out with her colleagues. Now that is a pretty cool brainstorm session. In a single Confluence whiteboard, we have a new campaign strategy co-developed by humans and AI with the best of all our organizational knowledge, a plan to execute, and including a video to brief the team. Again, you've seen the power of the teamwork graph in action with this demo, giving you a glimpse into what human and AI collaboration can look like today with the Teamwork Collection. With this, we hope to unlock a fundamentally better way for you to turn collaboration into impact across your whole organization. Now, if this is the way your leaders, your teams can live and breathe the system of work, how do your leaders drive it across the entire company? For that, I'd like to invite Anu on stage to tell you more about it.
So while Anu's coming on,
Collections are interesting, but
Thank you,
I have
Mike.
some thoughts. that I'll save
Hello,
for later.
everyone. How is everyone feeling? Good? Shall we remain sitting where we are and stretch ourselves a little bit? Get some movement going? Rotate your wrists. Stretch your arms a bit. Up, sideways, right and left. Don't hit your neighbors, even if you don't like them. I see there's some fights breaking out here in the front row. No, Sharif, this is not permission for you to accidentally smack your manager. Go back and sit down in your seat. Awesome. So Mike talked to you about how the Teamwork Collection powers daily collaboration across all your teams. Now, I want to show you how specialized teams can use the system of work to drive results across your entire organization. Let's start with leadership teams. There's many enterprise leaders in the audience here today. And many of you tell me that you've spent millions of dollars on your transformation strategy, but you still don't have a way to reliably know if it's working at scale. How do you know if your teams are working on the right things? How do you intercept problems before it's too late to correct them? How do you find the truth across hundreds of varying different reports? Here's the kicker. As your company scales, finding clarity in complexity can be a little like finding AirPods in a teenager's room. It's possible, but in complexity can be a little like finding AirPods in a teenager's room. It's possible, but you'll probably cry a little. I tell you from personal experience. To help you gain clarity and stay on top of your business outcomes, we've built for you the Atlassian Strategy Collection. The Atlassian Strategy Collection is a powerful combination of apps and agents for enterprise strategy and planning at scale. So what's in the box? First, Focus, your central hub for strategic planning. If you remember, 6 months ago, we announced Focus Beta. Today, I'm thrilled to tell you that Focus is now generally available for everyone.
But it's still tied to Jira Line, because if that's the case, you have
Second,
problems.
we're announcing Talent, our new workforce planning app for organizations with knowledge workers. And third, Jira Align is now part of Strategy Collection. So let's dive in. Most enterprises have different approaches to planning, something unique to their own companies. Wider Fleet's R&D division has 3 strategic priorities, and they have their own unique planning hierarchy. And like many of you, they have their own terminology. They call it line of business strategies, department strategies, execution priorities. Every company calls them by something slightly different. Wider Fleet's outcomes are measured using the OKR framework. By the end of their annual planning event, they've crafted the perfect annual plan on paper, a shiny masterpiece that becomes obsolete roughly 5 minutes after building it. Does that sound familiar? But whether you plan annually, every 6 months, or like we do at Atlassian every quarter, even the best laid plans need to always change. There may be a competitive threat that comes up, the market might shift, something might happen that requires you to respond fast. And when the unexpected happens, you want to be quick. No strategic events. That's why we created Focus. Strategic events. That's why we created Focus. That's why we created Focus. Focus transforms your static strategic plan into a living artifact where you can see in real time how you're tracking against your strategic priorities and key results across all levels of the organization. Focus allows you to define your strategic priorities via a combination of goals, work, teams, and funds. We call this a focus area. Think of this as the atomic unit of strategy planning. Goals are a part of the Atlassian platform and available to everyone. Work tracked in Jira and Jira Align automatically rolls up to Focus. Focus connects to both our Talent and Teams app, so you can see who is working on what priorities. And funds connect to financial data, showing investment against a strategic priority. Collectively, this is how it all comes to life in the Focus app, bringing all of it together in one focus area. Focus areas can be updated in line, so you're immediately in the loop on details. Embedded smart links in the update show you the impacted goal. In this case, Wider Fleet's new device right here inside Focus. But here's the magic of AI. When a focus area is off track, it automatically suggests steps to de-risk it. For instance, here AI recommends adding specialist talent. But where do they come from? Think about the last time you needed specialist talent to start off a new thing. Let's say you needed some ML engineers. It's unlikely they were just sitting around with nothing to do, ready to jump on your new project, right? Please tell me if you have an IT department with nothing to do, I would love to talk to you. Talent planning is highly fragmented today. There is no easy way to know who's available, what they're working on, and what's the impact of moving them around. It's like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle blindfolded. The pieces are out there, but it's really hard to put them together. This is why we built Talent. Talent is a brand new app that gives you instant visibility into your workforce and their priorities. In fact, we initially built Talent for ourselves. My engineering partner in crime, Rajiv, our CDO, and my BFF, we use this as our go-to place to see current allocations of our teams and find trade-offs. Talent brings together a complete view of your people and open positions across your organization. You can sort by reporting line, which is the traditional way to view it, but also more importantly by focus areas. So you can see who is working on what and what kinds of work they're distributed across. Talent surfaces AI-driven personalized recommendations. We are reminded that the off-track device launch requires specialist talent. To find these specialists, we can look at how talent is distributed across your other focus areas. So you can help identify where other specialists could possibly come from. You can also use the Rovo Talent Agent to find specialists that match your exact criteria, like geo or time zone. Talent transforms how leaders can optimize their workforce to reach their strategic objectives. And we have not forgotten about our Jira Align customers. We continue to make great progress on Jira Align, and we are very excited to share that progress with you in our super sessions. But just for now, raise your hand if you're a Jira Align customer. Okay, there's quite a few of you here. I am thrilled to announce that for all our Jira Align customers, you get focus and talent for free. That means you get the strategy collection at no additional cost. We're thrilled that customers like Lloyds Bank are already seeing the value of strategy collection in our early access program. In fact, Lloyds Bank is talking about their program today. Don't miss it. Their sessions later today, and it's going to be amazing. Strategy collection offers a level of strategic visibility and control that no other solution offers today. So let's recap. So that was leadership teams. Now let's look at how our technology and business teams can come together to deliver the strategic priorities that you plan. Often that starts with building great products. If you've built products before, you know that the best ideas can come from anywhere. From engineers and hackathons, from support teams on the front lines, sales conversations. But for me, my best ideas always come from you, our customers. Often, with great ideas flying in from everywhere, prioritizing the right idea to build can be a bit like trying to catch confetti in a tornado. This is why we built Jira Product Discovery. JPD makes it easy to connect customer insights to product decisions with AI. Our new Rovo feedback agent helps you analyze your support tickets and automatically group them into meaningful themes. It then creates structured ideas in JPD with customer evidence attached, so you can turn scattered signals into your next big product breakthrough. Data-informed product leaders can rejoice. JPD makes it really simple to see how your product idea moves the needle on important goals and metrics, so you can explain how your
GPD
great
sounds
product
like
idea
a
impacts your
police
business.
department in my mind every time.
And you get to decide who has access to your roadmaps. It could be departments, teams, or the entire company. You're always in control. And the best part, we've made it really simple to share with your partners and customers your product roadmap right inside JPD. Over 17,000 customers now use JPD, including companies like Doodle. Doodle is an online scheduling platform trusted by 70,000 companies. With JPD, they've built a system that converts customer insights into ideas. And the results are staggering. 25% faster delivery and 93% drop in time spent planning. How's that for productivity wins? Because we believe in the power of a great idea, I'm so happy to announce the JPD Ship Your Idea contest. You get to submit your top idea for JPD using the QR code on screen. So take out your cell phones and scan the QR code. The most upvoted idea will be prioritized for an upcoming Ship It, our own internal Atlassian hackathon. And guess what? The winner is going to be flown to Barcelona to attend our team customer conference. How exciting is that? I know, let's pack our bags and go to Europe. You can have the best ideas in the world, but that doesn't help if the people who actually build your products, the software teams, spend more time navigating friction than actually building products. In our recent DevX survey, engineering leaders said AI was the most effective way to improve developer productivity. No surprises there, right? Though personally, I think coffee is the #1 way, but I can see their point. However, a whopping 62% of developers said that they were yet to see significant productivity gains from AI. Why is that? Developers spend a very small percentage of their time writing code. The vast majority of the friction comes from work that happens outside coding. Things like defining requirements, running tests, or doing PR reviews. All things that ultimately impact productivity. Think about how software gets created today. There are multiple teams, countless handoffs, and tangled dependencies that can all get messier than my hair on a good day. We've all felt this pain, right? I see the curly-haired people nodding along, but everyone has this. But an AI-native approach to software development really changes the game. It breaks down traditional silos between roles and gets rid of repetitive tasks. So imagine a world where every team member can do more than their traditionally assigned role, powered by our robo agents. This creates a team of powerful generalists ready for an AI-native world. This is why I'm super excited to show you what we've built with our new robo dev agents. Let me show you 3 concrete examples of what our agents can do. But as many of you as leaders have experienced, often behavior change can be harder than technology change, right? In transformations, what's the hardest thing? Bringing tech is one thing, but convincing people to change how they behave is a very difficult thing to do. With robo dev agents, your dev teams don't need to change the way they work. We bring AI right where they work so that robo dev agents can seamlessly fit into their existing workflows where work happens today, including Bitbucket and GitHub. Today, when developers get assigned a task, there is endless back and forth, clarifying requirements. RoboDev eliminates that completely by enriching tasks with the exact context that developers need. With RoboDev agents, you can populate a one-liner task with related work items, relevant docs and designs discovered from your knowledge base, and even a step-by-step description of work to be done, so your devs can get started right away. But we pushed even further. Robo can transform a Jira ticket directly into working code. That's right. Requirements to code automatically with Robo. Instead of multiple cycles with your QA team, Rovo Agent already validates the fix against acceptance criteria defined in the ticket upfront, so you're delivering better code right off the bat. Many times, dev teams have PRs sitting idle, waiting for senior developers to review them. Rovo solves this too, reviewing code against your standards before a human gets involved, making the whole process that much faster. Our own Atlassian engineers have been using Rovo Dev Agents, and that's improved our PR cycle times by 45%. That's impressive, right? But this is just the beginning. Software development is undergoing a fundamental transformation with AI, and we're so excited to be defining this future together with you. Our Rovo Dev Agents are now available in public beta. Give them a try and tell us what you think. Yes, developers unite. We've talked about our latest AI innovation to help you build great products and services. Now let's look at how teams come together to deliver great service experiences. And it's no surprise that here too, AI is changing the game. In fact, a recent survey found that 88% of service management professionals How great was that? We're pumped that awesome customers like Thumbtack are using AI in JSM already. You must have heard of Thumbtack. Thumbtack offers professionals for home repair services. They're the folks that I call when my DIY projects turn into DI, why did I do this? But Thumbtack has automated 15% of their ticket resolution and increased their CSAT score significantly with AI in JSM. In a recent survey, Forrester Consulting found that our customers unlocked great productivity gains across the board with JSM. This has propelled industry analysts, many of you are sitting here, to place us as leaders in your evaluations. One of the cool new things we've added is AI sentiment analysis. So your support agents immediately know which requests to prioritize. Let's look at this particularly unhappy ticket to see what's going on. AI proactively suggests the right assignees to a ticket based on who has solved something like this. Suggests the right assignees to a ticket based on who has solved something like this before. Finding SMEs with AI just got a lot easier. But suggests the right assignees to a ticket based on who has solved something like this before. Finding SMEs with AI just got a lot easier. But you've invested in all these AI capabilities. How do you know if it's worth it? With our new AI insights, you will be able to measure ROI using metrics like number of conversations, resolution rate, and CSAT. The AI Insights report also helps you identify things like which knowledge articles always result in escalations, or where are the virtual service agent gaps today in terms of the most common topics that you don't have articles on. And it helps you plug those gaps with AI automatically, so your service experience rocks. A critical part of your service management is asset management. Assets in JSM gives you a flexible way to store and manage your most critical resources. So for companies like Rivian or Lucid Motors, your business are connected to objects like tickets and incidents. Assets are now available everywhere across our system of work via Atlassian. Our business are connected to objects like tickets and incidents. Assets are now available everywhere across our system of work via Atlassian Home and the App Switcher. And with embedded smart links, you can now use assets across Jira, Confluence, and other apps as well. Awesome. And since assets can scale with the size of your business, we understand that it's important to increase scale there. We've been steadily increasing the number of assets we support from 3 million assets to 10 million assets just in the past few months alone. And we continue to make asset imports and AQL faster and increase uptime further. So watch more in this space. So that was IT support and asset management. But for the thousands of teams in HR that use and love JSM today already, we've built for you a brand new HR service management capabilities inside JSM. Let's take a look. First up, we've added 29 pre-built templates that your HR team can quickly get started with, all the way from new employee onboarding to offboarding and everything in between. Getting started using HRSM is really simple. Second, we've made it super simple for your HR teams to create their own request types. Here, they describe what they're trying to do in simple natural language, and AI does the rest. HRSM surfaces pre-built request types along with the forms and fields that you need to support your employee request details. All of it done with just one click. We've also made it easy to restrict access to employee forms, so your HR teams can rest assured that sensitive employee information is not exposed even when collaborating with other teams. Worried about missing employees priority ones to the top. One of the highlights of HRSM is our brand new journey builder. You can press priority ones to the top. One of the highlights of HRSM is our brand new journey builder, let's say onboarding, and involve multiple teams in the same workflow. You can also trigger these journeys on an event, like save. You can also import fields from Workday to auto-populate the onboarding request form. Other third-party integrations like Okta, Workado, and DocuSign are coming soon as well. With the new HR dashboard, you can get insights into metrics like employee satisfaction and workloads. Let's recap. HR teams know how to party. That was a quick tour of the amazing things that we've built for your employees, your internal customers. But I've saved the best for the last. We don't want your external customers missing out on the love. You know, back when Scott and Mike started Atlassian a couple decades ago, they wore every hat in the office. They were product, support, development. At one point, they were even accounts payable, just to make the company feel like it has more employees than the corner lemonade stand. They were so good at customer service that many new customers first heard of us through stories of Atlassian's legendary customer service. But as companies grow, providing great support at scale gets harder. Why? Because customer support often gets separated from the teams that are building and operating the actual products and services. Wouldn't it be great if you could break down these walls and bring everyone together on one single platform? That's exactly what you can do with the Teamwork Graph on the Atlassian platform. Thanks to the Teamwork Graph, when a customer reports an issue, your support teams can easily see what services the customer is using, which dev team to escalate to, and what documentation and knowledge exists to help solve the problem. To get your support teams to deliver Atlassian Customer Service Management. Customer support. The new CSM app is going to make your customer experiences even better. CSM comes with a Rovo chat widget that you can embed in your own website. Here, when one of Vitafleet's customers has an issue, they can pull up the chat widget to report their problem. The customer explains their need to generate a report, and Rovo chat is able to discover the answer across the knowledge base immediately and deliver the right one. Awesome, problem solved. But the customer now wants these reports to be automated monthly, but that feature isn't available yet. Rovo connects to JPD and detects that this feature is already on the roadmap. Thanks to Teamwork Graph and AI, this information is delivered to the customer instantaneously. A human touch. Rovo spots that the customer request of adding medication to the system is from the customer and creates a case with the embedded loom for the developer to investigate. Customer and creates a case with the embedded loom for the developer to investigate. CSM can help the developer by showing things like ongoing incidents and research, and creates a case with the embedded loom for the developer to investigate. CSM can help the developer by showing things like ongoing incidents and recent changes, similar issues that have occurred in the past and related bugs in the dev's backlog, and even a recommended runbook to fix the problem. Running the runbook in this case doesn't solve the issue. And so the CSM app automatically creates a bug in the right dev team's backlog, creating a seamless partnership between customer support and dev teams. Once the bug is resolved, the customer support agent can then close the loop with the customer automatically. We've been piloting our own AI-powered CSM app internally at Atlassian, and in a few short weeks, to read about CSM and how it can help you turn every support interaction into customers. And now, to wrap up, you've seen how all of your teams can come together on a modern AI-native system of work, so you and your teams can boldly step into the future. As your trusted partner, we at Atlassian are here with you every step of the way. Now, let's see a customer that you don't want to miss. Thank you so much.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to be here with all of you, and thanks to Anu and Mike. So I'm the new guy, and I've been here 3 months, and it has been great to spend some time with customers to see how they are standardizing on Atlassian. And we have one particular customer, Domino's Pizza Enterprise Group, that is truly embracing Atlassian to change the customer experience for them. So let's take a look at this short video.
The beauty of technology nowadays is that really every part of business uses technology in one way or another. As a CTO, I need to understand enough of the business side and very deeply the technology side to help me to understand enough of the business side and very deeply the technology side to help both sides come together. We have a motto, every order counts. The one thing our customers care about is that they get their pizza fresh, hot and delivered on time. We got to understand enough of the business side and very deeply the technology side to help both sides come together. We have a motto, every order counts. The one thing our customers...
Now, please join me in welcoming Matthias Hansen, the CTO of Domino's Pizza Enterprise Group. Hey.
Hi.
Awesome. Well, Matthias, thanks so much for joining us, and I'm sure the audience is all hungry now after watching that video. Yeah. So maybe we'll get
And I don't know about you, but when I order Domino's, it's because I'm hungry or the kids are hangry, as it's called. And so we have the motto, we say every order counts. And what's behind it is that when you order, you want your pizza hot and fresh, in 20, 30 minutes at your door. And so we track everything with a label in Jira, whether it's in development, a bug or something, if it's outcomes of PIRs, if it's customer complaints or feedback. And then I have a weekly meeting across the teams where we can see on one plan what's happening and basically follow up and run these issues into the ground so you all get your pizza on time. Yeah.
Awesome. And we all love Domino's Pizza, right? Yeah. So, Matthias, when we think of Domino's, we have the restaurants, we have the business side, and we have on the road for pizzas to make it from your restaurant to everybody's home here. And you had business challenges and you decided to standardize across the Atlassian portfolio. But maybe you could share with everybody specifically what were those business challenges before we get into how you're using the solutions.
Yeah, so we had 6 different systems across the 12 markets, and they sort of build silos. You can't really automate at scale when you have everything in different systems. We started using Atlassian and the technology team, as probably many customers have, Jira and Confluence, but then extended it into the IT teams and from there into the business teams. So.
Awesome. And then maybe share with us specifically a little bit about how you're using the solutions themselves as well.
Yeah, so if I stay with JSM, we support our stores, so everyone in the store would connect with us through JSM, and my teams would support them in the issues we have. But we also have business functions we support so that. The other thing we're doing more and more is we automate in JSM, so we have the whole structure, if you want, of because we have mainly franchise stores, so you have franchisees, they have companies, they have 1 store, they have 3 stores, they've got 5 stores, you've got all the people in the stores, and that's all in Jira Assets you heard about earlier. And we can then connect that with our workflows and change store opening hours, deal with if there's a weather event or something broke in the store, do that. And beyond that, for example, in Jira, we have our legal teams manage their contract backlog with that. We have our construction teams, so stores need to be refurbished. You need the council to approve it. You need to build a new store, and that's done in Jira as well. And where it's going is, together with Jira Assets, is to connect all these workflows so that the glue between all of them disappears and automation on top of it.
And when we met earlier, you were showing me specifically, you went into the system, you went to the restaurant near your parents' house in Germany, and you could show me exactly where the orders were low and what they needed to go order more of to be able to deliver for customers.
And you can see who is the store manager, who is in charge of what, and
awesome,
and connect with them.
And then maybe around JPD as well.
Yeah, so Jira Product Discovery we use for all our backlog into digital, into technology. We have like a minor works board and a big ideas board, and that's how we manage all demand into the team.
And I think it's fair to say that Atlassian is pretty much wall to wall within Domino's.
Yeah, I'm sometimes accused of having planned that, but I didn't. I started in technology, but then it's become so useful because you can build it bottom up. You don't need to run like a massive program to roll it out. And with different Jira or JSM projects, I can also try automation on the back of the CloudOps team, make sure it works, and then bring it into the main JSM side and do it end-to-end automated. So.
And how about moving, like we've heard about moving from the technical users to the business users, and you alluded to that a little bit. Maybe you can explain to everybody the journey there.
So we use here Atlassian projects a lot for my internal reporting, but now we're really leaning into goals. And there's sort of two uses. One is, if you're really busy running your store or running a market, all you really care about is when you get what. And so we're using Viva Goals to track. We're rolling out this new feature. It's being A/B tested. It's 5% traffic, 10% traffic. And the other side is the OKR side, where I'm really excited where it's going. There's a bit more work to do for Atlassian, but there's some major OKR tools who have de-invested, and I'm hoping Atlassian can deliver on that.
Yeah, and not to put words in your mouth, but backstage you told me.
Yeah, it's not a secret. It's well known that Microsoft just de-invested Viva Goals, and I'm looking for an OKR platform, and this might be just it.
Great. We might be able to help.
We might have to talk some more. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then in terms of Rovo, because you embraced Rovo early out of the gate, maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you...
Yeah, that was a great announcement to hear from Mike. Rovo, we've been using for a while now. We've been using the AI since it was in beta, but the Rovo is so much better at finding stuff. I often, because I have all the data in the system and it's sort of pretty structured, I got
Gotta make sure I mute the right thing. I think we're down. I think we're down to just general, basically a commercial at this point. I think we're done with the product announcements. So some of the keynotes here. This is part of embargo news. So I actually found out about most of this last week. Rovo is now bundled with paid plans. That's great because our biggest complaint at TJL, mine, Alex's, everyone's, is Rovo sounds great, but because it's a paid product, yeah, that's going to be a problem for us or for anyone else. It is expensive because it's additional to, or it was additional to your budget. So I love that Rovo is now included. It should have been from the start. I think it was a bit of a mistake to try and sell it separately, but I'm happy to see that. Collections. There's several of them. There's the Teamwork Collection, Jira, Loom, Confluence. That's probably the one most people are going to have, no matter what else they have. They've got one for software, for strategy, for service teams. It kind of takes that Jira but for and dials it up a little bit. This is tool specifically for X. It is a cool term for bundles. It still feels a bit Microsoft Office-ish to me. Because again, Office is, hey, here's just a bundle of all our productivity apps. Have fun. So, happy. I'm kind of happy about it, but I want to see how it pans out in the market. Obviously, we got this news a good few weeks ago. I'm happy to see it announced here or reiterated here. FedRAMP for government, as well as those isolated clouds. John, they're already calling it a platform. I mean, they've been talking about the Atlassian platform for about 6 years now. So, but yeah, isolated clouds for government. This is a plain old isolated cloud for just you, and then the normal Atlassian cloud. I think those are definitely much needed additions. Oh, hold up. We got MCP coming out for something.
Nothing makes us prouder than hearing how our platform is delivering forward for enterprises like Domino's, and who doesn't love pizza? Now, we've shown you a lot this morning, I know. As you continue to dive into Team 25, I want you to walk away with 3 things. Number 1, Rovo is awesome. It really is. What you can achieve between search, chat, studio, and agents is truly mind-blowing. We've just given you a small taste of it. Please go play with it in your own organizations with your own data so you can see for yourself, just like Matthias at Domino's. It's now the center of our amazing cloud platform and included in your current subscription. 2, the Teamwork Collection is a common language for all teams, better integrated than ever, thanks to the Teamwork Graph and all our platform apps. We believe it can turn collaboration into your true competitive advantage. And 3, a new strategy collection will help technology leaders drive their system of work by connecting all work, goals, talent, and funds to company focus areas in uniquely modern ways. This is all in service of building the most comprehensive system of work to connect your teams and accelerate your business. So over the next 2 days, hundreds of Atlassians are here to help you. Join us at a super session, visit our booths, flag us down in the expert hall. The expo hall full of experts as well. I'm excited to meet as many of you as I can, hear your stories about how we can help unleash the potential of your teams. So on behalf of all of my many Atlassian teammates around the world, thank you to each and every one of us for being on the journey, for being here, online, or in person, and have an incredible Team 25. Thank you very much.
I am so not used to having a soundboard to manage. Yeah, that looks like the keynote is officially over. No more interruptions there. A note on this channel, we will have, I will not be leading it. I'll be behind the scenes, but we have Valerie, Sarah, Alex, and Bob from booth 124 on the expo floor giving their reactions to the keynotes. Please go by, heckle them if you are there. If you are not there, watch them, see what their reactions are, and see who heckles them. Sean, please do not let me down. But it's going to be a great time there. We're really excited. It's going to be a long day for the TJL crew. We've got plans well into the evening, so I have my caffeine. I am allowed to have it. But now, some great announcements there, some okay. Something I didn't hear that they emphasized in Barcelona, but they didn't really emphasize here is focus. I like the idea of focus. I like the idea of Jira, but for leadership. The problem was it was attached to Jira Align. That is such a, I don't want to say a toxic product, but not many people have it, and not people are going to get it just to get focus. And it seems like they doubled down on that with the collections a little bit. So I'm concerned there. I don't think focus is enough to sell on its own. I think pairing it with Jira Align is an even worse decision. So I like the concept. I don't think they're executing well on focus. Talent sounds interesting. I made the comment on the community of Slack. We've already seen the seeds of this in portfolio. Excuse me, I mean advanced roadmaps. Excuse me, I mean plans. Please, Atlassian, figure out a name for this product. I like the idea of talent. I said I like that I liked the idea of that capability going back all the way to portfolio. Yeah, Sean, I would have loved to see a product that would bring in net new customers. I think everyone who is going to subscribe to Atlassian or use Atlassian is. There's a lot of people who have bad experiences. Again, I think, personal opinion, on bad configurations, but that has tainted them, and they will never go with Jira or Atlassian because that one bad experience. I do need to sit down with the calculator at some point and figure out, okay, if I was getting this previously in individual items, does the collection actually do anything for me? Does it cost me more? Does it save money? What does it do? I have not had a chance to sit down with the calculator yet to get that all figured out, but I think that would be interesting analysis because I'm almost guaranteeing it's going to be probably bring prices up a little bit. Not enough for you to notice, but enough to, when it's multiplied across 300,000 customers, for the bottom line to notice. Now that's it. Our TJL coverage for Team 25 is going to continue. We've got the live stream later today in about an hour or so. We've got another one tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific. We all know, excuse me, Atlassian lawyers, I don't actually know this. I am going off your past patterns here. Don't at me. But we all know there's going to be a price increase in October, right? I always have to disclaim that because we have had Atlassian lawyers talk to some of our day jobs before on this topic. At a certain point, you have to go, yeah, but it's kind of obvious, isn't it? But yeah, there probably will be a price increase in October. That's when I would expect it. I don't think this is going to be a major one, but I could see this being like, hey, if we could take one more olive out of an olive jar per olive, we could save $1 million a year. That kind of thinking. So I would not be surprised if they're slipping an extra dollar into the bill per person or something that would not be noticeable per customer, but absolutely would be noticed when you multiply it out. So yeah, we've got coverage today. We've got our normal episode tomorrow at 2 p.m. Again, I will not be on that one. This is the only episode I am doing this week that is live. So I've enjoyed being online. I am missing being there, being live, being a part of the event, but it is necessary this year. So see, yes. I won't say every October, but happens often enough in October that we just kind of learn to accept it. If you're going to JSM in October, I would suggest you go to that in September. Try and lock in that price for a year, and that way you don't have to worry about a big increase for a year. Going that just a few weeks early probably will save you. Normally the price increases take effect, and again, Atlassian, this is based off past patterns. I don't have any advanced knowledge, but previous years, it's always been October 15th that the new pricing has gone live. So I'm now happy to help. Sean, yeah, I've been waiting on this report. John's big deal, and Alex's too, is the snacks, what the snack situation is. And apparently Anaheim does not measure up. Last year, Vegas didn't measure up. Team 23 was pretty good, but last year was been and this year, I've been waiting on reports because obviously I'm not there. So interesting there. Now I will catch you guys. I will be in the chat this afternoon. I'll be in the chat tomorrow. Absolutely do want to see everyone joining streams, giving their input, talking with the team. If I have to call them on a cell phone, I will be sure they check the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching. As we say, we didn't choose a Jira Life. Jira Life chose us.
Thank you for listening to the Jira Life. Our hosts are Alex, Dr. Jira Ortiz, and Rodney, the Jira Guy, Nissen. You can find Alex on YouTube at 8Tech Tutorials, and Rodney's blog is found over at thejiraguy.com. Our producers are Robert King Bob Wen and Lina Ortiz. You can catch us live as we record this podcast every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at The Jira Life. Be sure to join us and our other Jira Amigos of the Peanut Gallery every week to ask your questions, let us know your comments, and just tell us what you're up to. But if you can't join us live, you can still catch the replay over on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell while you're watching. We're also available as a podcast over on Apple iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you listen to it and think it deserves a rating, we would very much appreciate it, as it will help others discover the Jira Life. Because we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose us.